damn close to that when we get to our second division. It just feels like there are so many teams that can come out top four, like you said. Shot of Josh there, who, I mean, over the past 2 days has been just incredible for me. He's been so good. We've gone to some listen-ins where he's been brilliant leading the team around, getting the guys hyped from just a stat standpoint.
Yep.
He's been a superstar as well. Josh is playing like this. I mean, that's something we've said about Josh for years now. Like, when Josh is playing really well on whatever team he's on, they become infinitely more scary.
Well, there's your breakdown up to this point. 250 to 248 on Gibraltar. Just like the CTF. Again, the scoreline doesn't show it as much, but Maven brought up a great point. The two maps were closer than they felt they needed to be, especially with how much Red outplayed. Red basically outplayed for 85% of both maps 1 and 3, and realistically, it was still pretty darn close at a couple moments. eRa must win hardpoint here, but maybe we have spoken about how much they've struggled in hardpoint so far in the CWL Pro League.
Well, yeah, they were 1-6 coming in, 1-7 now. I believe for Red Reserve they were 4-4, and now up to 5-4 with the Game 1 victory.
You also said that so far this week, and I'm trusting you on this, which I'm probably going to get in trouble for, as this is probably a wrong fact, but we'll see. Game 1, teams that win Game 1 have yet to lose a series so far at the CWL Pro League. That might remain true here with Red if they can close it out right now.
Listen, I'm trusting my stats guy, JP.
Oh, you got it from JP?
Oh, yeah, he tweeted out last night.
I thought you just made it up.
No. Every team winning Game 1 has won the series, which is wild just to consider. I mean, that means we've had not a single reverse sweep, which I think at times, like, well, I guess this year compared to last year, we just haven't had nearly as many of those. It's kind of how it feels, at least. Just in general.
Making that up as well.
I just feel like we had so many reverse sweeps last year.
No, we did. Let's get it started. Game 4, Red eRa Eternity. eRa backs against the wall. These are the series that this team must win if they want to make it into playoffs. They're on the verge of losing another one here. Red into the hard point first. A nice cheeky little nade from Decimate that actually tags 2 players. Pharaoh gets control of top all by himself. He's going to look for kills because of it.
He was the only one that kind of pushed into tower. He was able to get up top very quickly. We'll see if he can tack on any more kills. Nope. It's rated with the bar actually up close and personal. That's a good hard point to have the bar if you're going to be rocking AR. So good at close range.
And I like this from Red. They realize, okay, we've outmuscled our opponents. We've got the number advantage now, and they stop flooding into the hill and start pushing forward towards the next spawns. It's a little bit of an adjustment that's helping them begin to get some pressure towards that backline side. Unfortunately, Pharaoh gets 3 in the hard point, which will stop Red from scoring for a moment.
Yeah, I was talking about that bar.
And he juggles the hill.
He just goes and fries Rated there as he peeks the edge at steps. But yeah, the streak's very early. You get 1 point, though.
Listen, if history repeats itself with eRa, Pharaoh getting streaks on this map typically means 0 for this team because of how much he struggled with them here.
Yeah, you got to think that he's going to improve, though. We're talking about improving. I mean, play more and more. You're going to get better. Improvements. That's all that matters. But it is 3 kills for Red Reserve. Ricky by himself, but he's got a glide bomb to kind of help him out for a moment. That'll keep Josh pinned in the back. That won't just keep him pinned. That'll actually tear his legs off as Josh will fall. But you're still spawning at the top right. If you're Red Reserve, you're still trying to make a crack in here. This has been a perfect hold thus far for eRa, but the final player will drop. Red will start to get on the board. They almost contested immediately, but there you go. There's a full break. They'll get the final 20 seconds, but that was great from eRa. You had 1 point going into that. You get 32 points. You're going to have the setup for the next hard point. Yep. It all works out. Maybe you wish you had a little bit more time with the glide bomb invested.
It's much less about what you did there and more about what you're going to do on this next hill.
Sure.
If you're eRa Eternity. Already pressure soaring forward. You've got one person who tried to flood to mid. It was 0. He gets spotted and eliminated. Because of that, eRa will hold at least the first 10 seconds of this hill without contention. You
can see the early stuff, how far they're pushed out. Look at number 7 on the minimap. You can see how far Bevels is pushed up the map. Pharaoh as well. They're going to both be wrapping back, but they had a lot of map control on the rotation. This gets in positions where no one's apparently ready for Bevels as he's wrapped back.
One player just soars out of the middle window.
Batman.
An abysmal attempt there from Red Reserve. As it's 25 uncontested seconds from eRa, they're about to take the lead.
Devil's trying to play there by the pillar, but will fall. Now with a couple players down and a couple players spawning out, this is where they may be able to take it. It's going to be all on Decimate. Decimate drops at 0, peeking around the edge. And Red will get in with the final 20 or so seconds. It's almost the same exact story for the past 2 hard points.
But the lead is slowly diminishing because of it.
And remember, we have the fighter pilot now with the next hard point too, so this could be big for eRa to rack up some more time.
You're basically a failure if you don't get at least a 2-piece of the fighter pilot on this hill.
Oh, we talked about Pharaoh's struggles with the streak, so let's see.
This is interesting. Zero actually has Mountain on, expecting the streak to come in from Pharaoh. This was beautiful.
That's so good from Red. That's so good from Red.
If you're not picking up on what just happened, everyone on Red just switched to Mountain, expecting the fighter pilot to come in on this hard point. Pharaoh gets zero with the most powerful streak in the game, and because of it, Red are at least able to keep bodies flooding towards this hard point. That was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, that's not on Pharaoh. That's just a great play from Red Reserve.
200 IQ, as they say. Because keeping track of the scores, Pharaoh already used a glide bomb. A glide bomb costs 650 to earn. A fighter pilot costs 625. If he's got the glide bomb, then he sure as hell has the fighter pilot.
It's a big thing, too. It's not like Red even got a ton of time out of that. They didn't. But the thing is, if they went 3 or 4 down there, it would have been a big chunk for eRa if they got set up properly. So you turned it into, instead of maybe a landslide for eRa, it was really scrappy. No one got a whole lot out of it, but huge play there from Red Reserve.
Red take a page out of TK's book as they push the last, 8 or 9 seconds of scrap here on St. Marie to keep it close. Instead of giving that up or just rotating on fully over. Oh my goodness, Decimate just gets fed kills right there. 12 and 9, a 5 streak, glide bomb and fighter pilot of his own. And again, these are the tools that eRa need to win a hard point.
Living up to his name right now. Streak up to 5, 6 in front, 7th might try to trade it, but Rated gets picked up by Ricky. As eRa now has those streaks to work with, like you said. They're racking up time here. They've got the spawn at the top of the map. You see number 7, Bevel's going all the way back, spawning his teammates in the back.
Smart.
And Decimate, I mean, he can even contest here, maybe try to make any kind of play. He's going to contest a little bit. He'll end up getting dropped, but not going to matter. He'll spawn safe. Oh my God, he won't.
What?
Okay. I thought for sure he's able to do whatever he wants there because he's going to spawn up, but apparently enough forward pressure from Red Reserve spawns him the whole way out. And now what looked like perfect for eRa Eternity may start falling apart.
They have a timing window right here, and they know it. They've got to slay these players out of the hard point before the push can come in from zero. There's the glide bomb. They're trying to get this pace going. Joe with first blood. That was just abysmal. That just hits nothing as it went on top of the box and whips on both players.
Yeah, even if there were 3 players standing right next to that, they're still going to live. Unless maybe one was on top of the barrel. I don't know. But yeah, the streak gets nothing. But Ricky now gets some streaks. He's on 5.
This is one of those games where eRa lose it with the amount of streaks that they've had. That's just laughable.
Well, unless you get more really heads-up plays from Red Reserve.
Red are going to rotate. Are they going to switch to Mountain? Josh? Yep, they are. So they're going to have at least 3 players to Mountain right now.
I love this. I feel like we don't see enough of this. Like, yes, we see it in, in Surge, we see it in CTF, but not enough in Hardpoint, that's for sure.
I mean, look at how badly they're getting outslayed. You've got -6 combined from Josh and Rated. Yes, Zero's even, but Joe is double negative right now with only 11 seconds. He's literally like a recruit bot on the map right now.
Well, here we go. Will streaks be invested into this? I mean, the first person to use it is going to find out the hard way. There's not much to see, and that's exactly what happens. These streaks have resulted in almost nothing, and here comes another one in. This, you can at least see them a little bit easier on the map, maybe pick up a kill. Do they get anything? Nothing. Again, Mountain proving too strong. At least the artillery is going to keep them out of the hard point. Well, that's about all you get.
They're still holding. They're still holding. The artillery's not only holding them out of the hard point, but was holding Pharaoh out of the hard point. 3 streaks used, 0 kills. Mountain is quite good.
Wow. Unbelievable stuff from Red. I mean, I know they're only up 7, but still, it's been some great plays considering you've been getting slaughtered when you just talk about the kill standpoint of it and the streaks earned standpoint.
At this point, should we even just call on these streaks anymore? It's like costing us, if anything.
It's taking
we have 1 less gun up on the field.
Exactly. And, slowing you down from maybe getting to a better position, right?
Kills on rotation split right there, so teams will be flooding from both sides. It's Decimate in first. eRa still down by 20. Beautiful nades. 3 kills now for Red. They've got control of the hill. They know exactly where Bevels is too. This pinch from Josh. Josh is getting so loud, I cannot even begin to tell you. He is screaming in the venue. Fighter pilot, 0 kills. 4 streaks in a row. 0 kills from eRa.
And again, it's not even eRa's fault
exactly. All the Mountain play.
But like the streaks are, I agree, I think they're almost hurting them at this point because you're just not getting anything out of it. But now they're at least able to break. There's 20 seconds or so remaining. There goes the 3 kills through. All right, now you'll get some time. But that was a very good hard point for Red Reserve considering they didn't really have much to work with. Except 4 guns.
This is seriously Red showing their improvements at the LAN League. And again, what I talked about earlier with them chasing some of the scrap time, it reminds me so much of Team Caliber, where they just, like, this is a 20-second game because of the little adjustments they've made that other teams wouldn't be willing to do. And because of it, they're up by 30 seconds. Last player's one shot. Challenge. Gonna come in from rated.
That's not an easy win, too.
They now broke 200
tough.
seconds, Maven. And they still have some streaks to use.
Raiden patrolling the steps, trying to come in top window as Bevels, but he's going to drop. Everyone's starting to fall.
Nice,
Pharaoh with a
Pharaoh.
three-piece inside. He'll pick up some kills. Zero tries to answer back from Red Reserve, but this is a nice chunk of time eRa can pick up. It'll be all but a tie game. Very, very close if eRa can get this time. Trying to soar out the window is Pharaoh, so he'll finally drop. But look, you're still safe from eRa with regards to the spawns to the next hard point. But you said there's some streaks for the side of Red Reserve, right?
Yes. The key thing is artillery. If you get control of the hill, all you need to do is place it at that choke point where players push in from field. You don't need to see players.
Let's think about all the streaks used by eRa that led to basically no kills, like one maybe.
Yeah.
Imagine if right now you get the break off a streak from Red Reserve where they killed 2 or 3.
Here it comes. They're going to pin players, and they've spotted where every single person is. They have all the info they want. They know there's a player in ammo. The first challenge comes in from Joe. Can't win the gunfight versus Pharaoh because he gets help from Ricky. Josh trying to push forward. Unfortunately, everyone now dead from red. It's Josh all by himself. They're spawning close. All the kills he gets will be for naught because they keep spawning there.
They're still holding, and this is like, what was one of the first takeaways from Dallas? We talked about how strong streaks were. This is teams getting better at adapting in multiple ways, whether it's position on the map.
Shows up for everything, gets one. Red now flooding in because of it.
Red in. Joe guns another one. Zero's got the other side. Artillery will be dropped in, though. That's going to make Joe, well, Joe doesn't get away with his life. Actually, he'll be cleaned up. So many streaks used in this game.
Look, they're just eating it. They're just eating it. But here's the thing. They can't win off this hard point. They will have to rotate.
They're still getting all this time.
Yeah. But at the same time, just like map one.
This is identical to map
just
one.
Just like map one, they must do one of the hardest rotations in the game to win. Fighter pilot, he doesn't have mountain. Every player's been spotted again.
He's still able to spawn safe, though, is the big part. He spawned safe, and I think that's all the streaks now used for Red Reserve. So they're going to have to do this through brute force in the front, but it's going to be Bevels holding in the back. They're holding strong. They can still do this. Joe, though, trying to sneak on in. He's hit with a concussion, though, as soon as he picks up the kill.
Oh, my God.
Decimate gets 2. 25 more points needed for eRa. You're spawning at tower. Everybody flooding in. Smokes are out. And they just got to bully their way in.
Yeah. Ricky trying to play close, gives away his position. They're trying to hit the middle street. Look at the close spawn still coming in for eRa. 246 to 240. Red haven't contested yet, but the pinch is coming in from Joe. The setup is collapsing for eRa. Pharaoh the last hope. Pharaoh now dead. Red Reserve, they didn't choke. Red Reserve didn't choke. As they have finally done it.
Maps 1 and 4 were so comically similar in so many ways. Those were phenomenally fun hard points, but I'll tell you what, eRa's going to be going up to the Pro Lounge, and they're probably going to be screaming at each other for the next hour.
eRa lost both hard points by a combined score of 7 seconds.